Hello, everybody. How you guys doing? This is good old Grandma's Road here, and you're watching the Anonymous Liberty Mini on YouTube. Wow, could you imagine if you had a favorite app, whether it's a utility app, a game, news, anything of that sort, and out of the blue, out of the blue, your favorite app is gone. Don't know what happened. Don't know why. Don't know how could it happen. Well, it seems that Google once again removed the Geek app. Once again, and I mean, I have it here. I have the new one. It's called the. You see here. It's called. You see here. Come on. Okay, it says here. Greetings, humans. I am Mr. Alien, the alpha and omega of this app. I will be briefing you about this app. To start this app, start with, let me say, this is not just an app. The Geek app, reloaded, is one-step destination for also all your security and technological needs. The app provides you with a lot of information and facts happening around the world of security and technology now and in the foreseeable future. Being aware of security in general can help you save yourself a lot of trouble. And yeah, security engineers are in demand, huge demand by all corporates. It's one of the biggest paying jobs right now. So staying up to date with this field is very important, but it can be really time consuming and edgy. Not to worry, the app does all the heavy lifting for you. You will get the day's most important facts, tutorial, or news right to your phone. You don't have to go and search online. Now, keep yourself updated. You will get a notification every day and spend nearly 2 minutes to read it. And if you want to, and before you know, or probably months later, you already know that your friends and peeps are talking about security and technology. You end up being in the career center of conversation for all the tech, security, hot topics. You will be upgraded, but before that, for using this app, you need to know about the basic design of this app. So please go through this next slide to know about how to use this app. It will take hardly a minute of your time you cannot use without which you cannot use this app the way it's meant to be used. So if you cannot wait, come back later. FYI, patience is a virtue of a successful geek security expert. Oh yeah. So if you have time, hit continue. Now now the Geek app is a it's news. Oh, this just news. It's news. Um, it's news that you would read and learn and understand what's going on today. It is very important to know that I mean, it's insane. I mean, it is really, really insane. You know, I mean, the guy that runs the app, he runs this big essay on how he felt about how every time when Google takes down the Geek app, they come up with some lame ass excuse for a reason why they took down the app. Now, hold on, come out. I'm here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I had to leave for a moment to get my coffee. Coffee's all good in the morning. Now, you have that favorite app, okay, on your device. You have that favorite app, and it's gaining a lot of followers, gaining a lot of people, and it's become pretty huge, pretty big, almost a 5-star, and a lot of users, almost a 5-star, and I mean, I mean, when Google took down Geek App 2.0 as the first as 1.0 also took it down, they said, well, they're trying to make room for some stupid shit, but they zeroed in on the Geek app. It's tech news. All this is just tech news. All this. Now, there's also another tech news app. It's called Cybertron. It's a tech news thing. And I mean, you got to ask this question: like, why is Google doing this? Why is Google taking down this app? It had almost 100,000 users, almost a 5.0 star rating, and it's tech news. It's all this, just tech news. As I said before, it's just tech news. And you read you read it for a few minutes, and then you get your information right away, because the mainstream media will not do tech news. They will not tell you this shit because it's not. See, the mainstream media, the MSM, will not tell you anything. Okay, they will not tell you anything. Period. It's all politics. It's all this other crap. But in tech news, oh, in today's news, fuck tech news. Well, why? You know, there's the channel on YouTube called Twit something, has to do with is also tech news. It's also tech news on YouTube. Now Google comes out with these dumbass reasons why they take down certain apps that gain a huge usership, huge, almost a 5-star rating on its rating system. Now, my question is, how come Apple ain't got the Geek app? You know, I mean, they got the Hackers News, which is another one I like. I got that. Just in case if somebody missed a certain store or whatnot. But it's important to know that you deserve the news you want, whether it's tech news. I mean, some kind of news that you want, that you need to look into. And I mean, it's worth to look at. It's worth to read and whatnot. So, um, I've been a big fan of this app for a long time. Ever since I got my tablet. Hold on here. I got my. Let's see, here it is. I got my Alcatel A30, and it's pretty good. Let's see here. It's an Alcatel A30, and I got this before my smartphone. But there are many apps on here on Android Play Store that you could get. I got a lot of news information. I got the One American News. I got RT News. I got Sputnik, Infowars, Geek App 3.0, and Geek App Reloaded. I mean, there are a lot of issues with this. You know, I mean, I want my tech news, and I've been a big fan of Geek App for a while. I mean, almost 2 years, almost 2 years. And I think that it's a pretty good app to look into, to look at, to read, to find out what's there. Now, there was a story I came across. Let's see here. Let me see. Now, there's a story that came out. Hashtag that's bad. Google will charge Android phone makers to use its app in Europe. Would you prefer purchasing an Android device that doesn't have any apps or service from Google? No Google Mail, no Google Maps, no Gmail, and no YouTube. And not even the Google Play Store, from where you can install any Android app you want. Because if you live in Europe, from now on, you have to spend extra cash on a smartphone with a built-in Google service, which or otherwise, until now, freely available and now include in the cost of your smartphone. For the first time, Google has announced its plans to charge a fee to Europe Android phone manufacturers who wants to include a free version of Google Apps on their Android handset. In short, Google phone makers will now have to pay Google to install the Play Store, Gmail, YouTube, Maps, and even Chrome, that are usually considered part of the core of the Android operating system, but are actually Google services. Since the pre-install of Google Search and Chrome together with our other maps help us fund the development and free distribution of Android, we will introduce a new paid license agreement for smartphones and tablets shipped into the EEA. Android will remain free and open source, Google said in a blog post. Here's why Google have to charge Android device manufacturers. The move comes in response to the summer ruling by the European Commission, which hit Google with a record $5 billion antitrust fine for abusing the dominance of its Android mobile operating system and thwart competitors. Google invested billions of dollars in creating an Android operating system to spend millions to maintain the project to keep its mobile operating system open source and free. Google asked device manufacturers to pre-install the suite of the popular Google apps that generate revenue for the company. But the European Commission ruled that Google should stop forcing Android phone manufacturers to illegally ties its proprietary apps and services, especially in Chrome and Google searches. To Android, it is unfairly blocked competitors from reaching consumers. Google is in a process to appealing the fine, but said in the meantime, the company is complying with the new licensing scheme for Android device launched after October 29th of this year. In the European Economic Area, which compromises the 28 EU countries, along with Iceland, Liechtenstein, and Norway. Key points: new Android licensing policy. Android will remain free and open source. Android manufacturers selling their handsets in Europe are now allowed to produce smartphones and tablets without pre-installing any Google apps to comply with EU antitrust regulators. Android makers who will want to include Google Play Store and many other apps like Gmail, Maps, Drive, and YouTube will obtain a paid license agreement with Google. There will be a typical type of pay license. One with the Play Store and Google apps, but without Google's search engine or Chrome browser. And second with everything in it. Chance the first license could be than more expensive than the second, as Google search engine and Chrome browser generates more revenue for the company. Not mandatory as earlier, but if Android phone makers want a free license, they can pre-install all Google apps without leaving a pre-selected apps alongside competitors' apps. By the licensing fees will enter into effect on October 29th. It seems like the Play Store will keep Android device makers attached to Google. Since there's no way to get the Play Store in a year for free after 2 weeks, this could result in higher smartphone prices if Android phone manufacturers decide to pass the new licensing cost on to their customers. However, it is not yet clear how much Google is going to charge for its licensing fee. Imagine that. Imagine that. It's. I mean, Google's a good company. I mean, it is. If you know the history of this app, please help me put this app back in action. If you're one of the returning users who knows the history of the app, please help me put this back in action. Give me a 5-star rating and an awesome review comment if you are a new user. If not, however, who's not, is that before I request you ignore this message, and once you use this app for a week, please rate a 5-star and give it an awesome comment. Only if you think, okay, I'll give it the 5-star. I mean, it's one thing that you need to really look at. A lot of these phone companies, like see, Apple don't allow certain apps on their device. The iPod Touch, the iPad, and the iPhone and the computers stuff. So, no, the iPhone. I like the iPhone very much. It's a pretty good device. I mean, it's not too bad. Really good phone. Um, but Apple only allows certain apps. Certain apps. As an Android, as in the Android device, as a phone or tablet, you can have whatever app you want. I mean, it gives you a choice. It gives you a choice. Now, if you have a Windows phone, it's like Apple. It's minimal. It's minimal. So I mean, it's very much that when you look for an app, see, when you create an app, you want to put on a device like a tablet or a smartphone, it goes through a process. Like Apple would put it through a process. So would Microsoft, and so would Google on their Play Store. These apps go through a process, and if they go on, then they're on. If they're not, they're not. But it's really insane. I mean, it's why. I've been using the Geek app for a long time. It's good news, great news, and it's a very unique and awesome news app. Um, and I mean, it's an app that you want to um, look into. You get your stories, you get the news you need, and the news you're looking for. Sometimes you never know that if Google does it again. Um, but it's being censored as Twitter and Facebook is really purging a lot of pages on both platforms. Um, I believe that there's a reason why Google is removing the Geek app, and we don't know why. Google has been coming up with these dumbass reasons, dumb, lame ass reasons. Now, Facebook, just last night, I watched a video about Facebook last night, and it is insane. They're going with a Chinese style censorship. Okay. And they're going with um, they're going to be spying on you through your microphone and your camera and whatnot. So, um, I have an app on here. I want to show you guys. It's an app that I've had for a while, for a good while. Um, it is a app that does block your camera and your microphone from any hackers and spies and whatnot. Let's see. Let me find it. Do I have it here? Let's see. Let's call it camera and microphone blocker. I can this button here. I can block my camera and my microphone. And here, watch, hit that. And I get this. It's blocked. Now it's green. It means blocked, but I get this. It's unblocked. I could block my microphone and my camera, but I also have a backup one called Camera Shield. Cam Shield. Cam Shield. Conglomerates, governments, and hackers. They have access to your smartphone cameras. They're watching you. Malwares are embedded and harms apps via Insta, and WhatsApp. This app will click your photos when you're not aware. Save yourself by using the Cam Shield service. Cam Shield will notify you whenever a camera is accessed. Now, I mean, a lot of companies like Apple and Microsoft at the time, when they were making their phones, didn't really think about that. Didn't really think about that. Why? You kind of wonder, like, well, it seems that my Android device has an app that they could block my camera and my microphone from hackers and other idiots, spies and things industries, hey, so good now. But now it's kind of funny. Well, as you see here, my device has a microphone and camera blocker, and it's works pretty good. But it seems that my Android device, my Apple device here, doesn't have all that goody good shit because it's would have an app like that go through a process, and it does not allow on the phone. I mean, it's very much the question. You want to get your news, tells you, gives you, and it gives you a notification what story's out that just came out. You look at it, you read it, thinking, okay, well. And you also have, I mean, on that Android device, you have multiple choices: category, utility, education, news, music, and whatnot. My phone has mostly utilities, news, and social media platforms. And I still use my iPhone. I do. I do use my iPhone, but I use it as an iPod. I figure hey, they have the iPhone, the iPod that has um here um when I first got my iPod, an iPod, it had a phone app. Oh yeah, it has a phone app, and you could talk on that phone, talk on it and whatnot. So it was a pretty good app. I liked it. Um, but here's a question: I'm a big fan of utilities kind of apps. I believe in a good app is good as when you use it correctly, use it right. You want to use it as like a device. I like it. It gives you a choice of apps to use, whether it's a browser, search engine, whatnot. I believe in using the kind of app that will be good for me. I believe that using a certain app is worth the try. If you like it after using it and it works for you pretty well, go ahead and use it. Now, why Google took down the Geek app 3.0? Again, they've done some stupid shit. They've tried all this other crap. They come up with some weird ass reads saying, well, it's teaching you to hack. How can an app like the Geek app teach you how to hack when it's news, tech news? Okay. There's a news here. There's a news here that it's about here's the news. Microsoft co-founder Paul Allen died of cancer at 65. Okay. Hashtag DNA hard drive. May soon be to DNA may soon be used to store computer data. Apple acquires music analytic firms that it claims can find the next Justin Bieber. 30 million Facebook accounts were hacked. Check if you're one of them. Hashtag be safe. Fortnite on Android release to make sure you don't download malware. Google's new phone software aims to end telemarketer call for good. Bullshit. Red alert. Just answering a phone video call could compromise your WhatsApp account. Hashtag OMG. Google Plus is shut down after a vulnerability exposes 500,000 user data. Hashtag hats off. UK police drones finds girl 16 who called 999 to report rape. The force said that the thermal drone was used to find the girl and got officers with her within minutes. Silk Road administrator pleads guilty, could face up to 20 years in prison. Hashtag crazy. Chinese spies chips found hidden on server used by U.S. companies. Hashtag ATM hacks. Bank servers hack to trick ATMs to spitting out millions in cash. Hashtag Instagram down. Instagram is down for many users. Hashtag hack iPhone. The new iPhone passcode bypass hack exposes photos and contacts. Facebook hacked. Also put users' Tinder, Spotify, Instagram, and Airbnb account at risk. That's the news. Okay. Facebook caught automatically blocking AP and Guardian stories from about their. Facebook caught automatically blocking AP and Guardian stories about their massive data breach. Hashtag red alert. Facebook hack. 10 important updates you need to know about the hack. Privacy outrage. Chrome 69 uploading browsing data without a choice, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. That's news. That's news. Now, here's my question on that. Could it be that now lately there's been a lot of Google and Facebook news on this app? I think that could be part of the reason why Google took down the first 3 Geek apps. 1, 2, and 3.0. Now, here's the kicker. Hey, I love the Android. I like the Windows Phone app, the Windows Phone, and Apple iPhone. But 2 out of 3 gives you limits on apps that you can download and what you're looking for. 1 out of the 3 gives you plenty of choices. Enough. I mean, apps you're looking at that you can put on the iPhone or the Windows Phone. Period. Now, here's my question for everybody. Okay. What phone do you guys use? And what app are you looking for to download on your device? If you have an iPhone or a Windows 10 phone, put in the comment section below, and I will get back to you. Now, the Android, now, let's see, where's it at? Where's it at? Where is it at? Now, I got 2 phones here. Okay, now, I have this is my HTC Windows Phone 8X. It hasn't been used in a long time. Long time. And it has not been used in a long time. So it has limited apps. Limited apps. So I've been kind of taking an easy look here. So 8X, Windows 8. And what I have to also have here, got clean screen a little bit. This is my Alcatel One Touch Fish XL. The back's kind of funky and shit, so I'm gonna get a new backing for it to restore it. Just because the back thing's all funky don't mean it don't work. It does work. Between Apple and Windows, I'm a Windows guy all the way. Let's see here. Okay. This is my Windows Phone. And now it don't have the SIM card or the SD card. That's why it's like this. Because most of my stuff's stored on my SD card and my SIM card and stuff. So this is my Windows Phone 8X. No. Sorry about my Windows Phone. So Windows 10. So Fierce XL, and it's a good device, and I haven't used it in about a while. So it's a backup phone. It's the only phone I got here that has the Katana. This is the HTC Windows Phone 8X. It has Windows 8 on it, and it's linked to the Wi-Fi, and so I'm going to turn it off. Oh, wrong way. No, I think that Microsoft should still made the Windows Phone, because a pretty much a majority of people that kind of using both the Mac and the Windows and other computers with the Windows operating system. Like my computer here, it has Windows 10 built in. My other computer had Windows 8, so I downloaded Windows 10, so it's running pretty good. And but you're limited on what you can download on your Windows device and your iPhone. But with the Android device here, there's apps here that you couldn't even imagine that you can download. And it is very I mean, I've been using this phone for a good almost a year. I got it this year. Got it in February, and I was looking at hoping to get, but this was about $300. $300. So far, I owe about $180 on it. 180, and once I pay that off, I'm good. So I'm kind of looking at paying about I just go ahead and pay it off and stuff. So I think that once you get your device, I think that um go ahead and pay it off. Go ahead and pay it off. It's worth it. Um, but I do recommend that download the Geek app, download it. It's good news. It's good tech news and whatnot. So it's worth it's worth the time to download the Geek app. It's called the Geek app Reloaded. It's awesome. So go ahead and download the app onto your Android device, whether you're using a tablet or smartphone. Go ahead and download that app. It's pretty good. Good news. It's news. So it's just tech news. All right. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am Grandmaster Evan here. I am the founder of Anonymous Liberty Media. I want to say thank you for watching this video. And if you're new to this channel, please leave a like, subscribe, comment below. And if you got this transmission, you are the resistance. You are one of us. And remember, knowledge is free. Oh, don't forget to hit the bell for notification. Thank you. Remember, knowledge is free. If you don't like it, go fuck yourself. Peace out. Over and out.